You are listening to episode 15 of the Peaceful Mind podcast.
Welcome to the Peaceful Mind podcast, a place for creating the peace of mind you need to be the best mom you are created by God to be. If you want to bring more balance, more joy, and more peace to your motherhood, this is the place for you. I'm your host, certified life coach and Catholic mom, Danielle Tienel. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, let's get started.
Hi everyone, how are you? My prayers for you is that you're taking steps every day to enjoy this life in all of its up and down glory. I am recording today with a little head cold, so excuse the different sound of my voice and the occasional sniffle. I didn't want to deter, however, from bringing you one of my favorite topics in today's episode, which is balance. I used to have a love-hate kind of relationship or feeling when I was in balance and out of balance. After all, it feels so good to be in it and so bad to be out of it. But as you will learn here today, I don't look at balance in the same way as I used to. And this is a wonderful, freeing thing, especially for us mothers. I was born in October, and my horoscope falls into the Libra category, whose symbol is the balancing scales. So because of the time of my birth, it's been kind of something I saw in myself as being innate in my personality, like who I was from the beginning, a person who loved having balance in my life. I loved the idea of having a well-balanced life because I used to always pride myself in actually doing a good job at balancing it all. Then motherhood came and blew it all out of the water. The challenges of having and raising multiple human beings in your care made balancing it all, as I once believed it to be, just a concept that would now fade into the abyss. However, through life coaching, I have a whole new perspective on what it means to be in balance, and that has set me free, and I want to begin to help you do the same by talking about a concept around your desire to feel balanced. And it's called the 50-50 of life. We can start to take a look at this concept just by looking at the title of my online Facebook group for Catholic moms. I call the group Crazy Awesome Catholic Moms. And the crazy stands for the 50% of motherhood that is a struggle or challenge. And some maybe even would label it as the negative half. And then there is the awesome side of being a mom, the great part, the blessed part, and what we see as the positive side of motherhood. Though we all had dreamed of all the happy parts, right? Like the newness of a little baby, the joys of our children calling us mama, seeing them walk and talk and grow up and enjoying them and being a family. We have also learned that they test us and bring us heartache and frustration and doubt in our abilities. There is a negative side too. I saw this even in my own mother when she would tell me how much I was wanted because she had 2 boys already and really dreamed of having a little girl. But then, during my teenage years when we clashed like the Titans, she would say, "I don't know why I ever wanted a girl so bad." She was definitely feeling the 50-50 of life about me. It's a requirement when you want to join my Catholic Mom Facebook group to answer a few questions about your mom life, with one being what the awesome is about your own motherhood. And I ask this because of how strongly I believe in the importance of focusing one's mind on all that is great about mommying. And then I ask about the crazy part too, because I want it to be known that it's an equally valid and useful and supposed to be there for a good reason part of the motherhood experience. So exploring the negative and helping others see its usefulness and serving side of it definitely being a part of how I can help the moms in the group. So please come join us there if you want to be a part of living out the 50-50 of motherhood with others, in an online way, of course. So Google's definition of being in balance or having a balanced life, or however you want to put balance, is an even distribution of weight, enabling someone or something to remain upright and steady. They also define it as a condition in which different elements are equal or in the correct proportions. So, in quotes, trying to keep a balance between work and relaxation. And then I have some other examples too. Well, really, it's just from those online questions to my Facebook group, some of the moms, here's like, a dozen or so, where when I ask them what they are currently struggling with, or what do they see as the quote crazy, challenging part of motherhood, this is how they answered. And this is why I'm doing the podcast today, because it's obviously something that a lot of you out there are feeling. So here's just some of the answers that moms gave me when I asked them what their struggle was, or their crazy part, the 50% negative part. They said, balancing work and family is a struggle. Balancing it all, making sure my kids are well, my work-life balance, balancing work and family, balancing work, household chores, and parenting. I'm trying to balance work and home in the midst of a pandemic. I struggle balancing and juggling work, faith, and motherhood. The crazy is finding me as I balance being a mother to 3 kids and a disabled husband. I struggle with trying to do everything at once, balancing work, family, and faith. My biggest struggle is just finding time for everything. Do you all relate? I know you do, because these examples show that it's definitely something you are wanting to address. But I would like to focus your mind today away from the circumstances in your life that you think are causing you to feel out of balance, like you believe that will feel good when all is in balance. All meaning like the house is clean, the kids are all fed and doing well in school, your relationship is good with your husband, work is manageable, and you've balanced the checkbook. And then you would feel balanced. Or maybe your definition includes when the dishes are away, after you've gone for a run and took a shower, you had some prayer time and the kids are occupied, the fridge is stocked, and you had a great conversation with your closest girlfriend. Then you will feel like life is in balance? What about the house has to be paid off, a vacation planned, the perfect amount of money set aside for kids' college, the lawn mowed, and dinner is all set to serve? Are those the circumstances that you are choosing to be the reason why you feel in balance or not? Because all of these scenarios have to do with outside circumstances of your life. And we are currently using them as a gauge whether to feel that your life is in balance or not. But today I want to offer you that the way to feel balance and therefore have balance and be in balance of your life will never be achieved when you look outside of yourself. For this to happen, the balance doesn't come from a checked off to-do list. This you know already, because there's always more to do, or a new idea, or a new stage of motherhood to enter. We are all constantly growing, expanding, and wanting and needing more and more, because the satisfaction of having everything in place will never fully be satisfied in this lifetime, but only when we begin our eternal life. So instead, I would like you to focus on your emotions, your feelings, how you feel at any given time. From here, you will then have the power to be in or out of a feeling of being balanced. Picture the old-fashioned pan balances, the scales, the ones that literally involve balancing 2 scale pans, where you would put varying weighted objects onto each pan and then see it teeter-totter back and forth. And when you add or subtract to each side to balance it out, this whole human life experience of ours is like that. It's a balancing act. Only what you might not have realized yet is that embracing what we call in life coaching as the 50-50 concept of balancing emotions is what we should be seeking. So when you think about that in relation to the old-fashioned scale, we all think we want to have it just in line and all balanced. But what really happens is we teeter back and forth into the 50% of positive and the 50% of negative in this life. That is actually the goal, not the misconception to be always happy and perfect and loved and everything is great and in its place all the time. So we try now to open up yourself to a different meaning of what you might be after in regards to balancing life and work or balancing home and work, and refocus the target to your life's emotional experience. Look at it as a 50-50 game where there is supposed to be contrast. It's supposed to feel off at times and in balance at times. And look at it as being wonderful. We can't really know happiness if we don't know sadness. And we can't know the organized if we don't know the chaos. Defeat to know success, and on and on. Most of us have this idea that we should feel positive emotion all the time, or that negative emotion is here and in our lives because something has gone wrong. But our brains, unsupervised, creates more negative emotion than necessary. We make it mean that we are out of balance when our work life has us feeling stressed and anxious. And we also make it mean we are out of balance when our kids utter the phrase to us like, "Mother," or "Mom, you work too much." Instead, let's embrace the fact that to be a balanced human being, a balanced mom, our emotional experiences, all the ups and downs of feelings like we have it together, and feelings like we are out of control, are just that, feelings. And that we are not only supposed to want to have that 50-50 experience, but that it's the way, the scales to measure where we are at this time and point of our lives. When I learned this concept, the concept that it should be a goal of mine to be willing to feel negative emotions in order to live the 50-50 balance of a big, well-lived life, then the better I got at it and the less difficult it is to be, quote, out of balance. I realized I was so much stronger. The strength I have to help my family navigate their negative emotions and help them not see as anything bad or wrong has happened, but just kind of how it's supposed to be. It was like, it's now become like a superpower. So I'd like to offer you a new definition of living a well-balanced life. One that I promise will bring you closer to knowing you are on the right track and already in balance. And that is to be willing to feel negative emotion as if it is part of your life for a great purpose, and to stop resisting it. You will then release yourself from the struggle to be in balance, which you may have seen before as being happy with all that is going on in your life all of the time. You will find the freedom and strength and peace of mind when you choose to not want the things in your life that currently have you resisting, reacting, and avoiding feeling negative emotions. So now when you are feeling out of balance, stop and become aware. Become aware that nothing has gone wrong. You are just experiencing a negative emotion, a part of the 50-50 that is there for a purpose, to guide you and have you become more aware of your thinking about it all. And with this awareness, you can then change your thinking that has you believing the balance is already there. For all my mamas in the group and anyone else out there listening that is believing they need to find more balance in your life, take heed that it's a different kind of balance that you are actually seeking. It's not the external, everything outside of you is in its place that you ever can be in control of, but it's a balance of emotions, which is always caused by your own thinking and the meaning you assign to everything that is in your control. You control your thinking and your feelings to produce the feeling of being balanced. This understanding of how the 50-50 benefits you is the key to living out a well-balanced life. Questions, comments, revelations to share? I'd love to hear them. You can learn more how to get in touch with me on my website at danielletenold.com. The link will be in the show notes. Take care, my beautiful Catholic mom friends. Until next week, peace be with you always.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Peaceful Mind Podcast. Are you ready to take everything I teach you here and put it to work for your own life? To really learn how to have peace of mind no matter what is happening around you? If so, I'd love to have you as a client. As your coach, this is where you'll get personal and focused time on your own mind using life coaching tools, concepts, and proven life-transforming wisdom, all through a faith-filled lens. To learn more about how we can work together, come on over to danielletenold.com. There, you'll see how to sign up for a free coaching consult and learn how to get started. Until next time, peace be with you always.